Hi everybody, in today's video I am a couple days late, a couple dollars short for Topic Tuesday. So this Tuesday's topic is amethyst polishes, since it is the month of February and amethyst is February's birthstone. You guys are lucky. I feel like amethyst, or you February babies, are lucky. I feel like amethyst is such a beautiful gemstone. I have a few rings that I really love. My birthstone is opal in October, and I just feel like opal does not hit for me. I have some opal jewelry, I wear it, it's okay, but it's just not my favorite. And so I'm jealous of all you amethyst people in the month of February. I just feel like it's a very beautiful gemstone. I feel like opal kind of says old lady or grandma, which I am a grandma and I'm an old lady, but maybe I'm just in denial. Denial is not just a river in Egypt. Denial is me about my age. But yeah, I'm jealous of your birthstone. I think it's a really good one. So I have 8 polishes to share with you guys. I have 5 mainstreams, 3 indies, so we have a little bit of variety. I also am showing some different tones. I feel like I'm kind of touching on, I feel like amethyst has a range. There is a lighter shade, there is deeper shades, and I also feel like I'm kind of trying to tap in a little bit to like the shimmeriness of gemstones with these picks. I was excited to talk to you guys about this because I feel like it takes me out of my comfort zone just a tad, because I love purple. Obviously I don't not like purple. I buy purple polishes because I have quite a bit in my collection, but I feel like purple, especially this sort of like mid-tony purples, you know, kind of like this or like this, it's sort of like, where does this fit into my life? I feel like there's some polishes that just really, I have no problem finding where they fit or deciding when to wear them as a seasonal wear. Purple and blue are very hard for me because I just feel like, where do these fit? Depending on the shade. I feel like pastel-y, sort of like baby purples are perfect for spring, and I do wear those. I have worn those. And of course, very bright in your face purples, love those for summer. But some stuff is just like, where does this fit in my life? How do I incorporate this into my life? And purple is one of them. So I did want to talk about some things because I feel like it may bring some polishes into my awareness, and maybe I will find a time to wear them. Or you guys can let me know in the comments, where do you feel that these type of shades fit into your life if you wear polish seasonally? Sometimes I feel like wearing polish seasonally is limiting, as opposed to wearing whatever you want, whenever you want. What do you guys do? Seasonal, non-seasonal? Let's talk about that in the comments as well. Is figuring out to wear this stressful for you guys too, or just me? But anyway, I guess let's get started. So I am still receiving Zoya PR, and this was sitting on my polish desk, kind of just waiting to be worn, and I think it's so beautiful and fits in beautifully with this like amethyst calling. So this is Zoya Eradani, and it's like a little micro glitter stuff in a clear base, and it's like magenta, purple, and maybe some blue. You can kind of see that blue right here. It's gorgeous, you guys. I'm gonna share these with you guys on a nail wheel. I'll get close up of the bottles and the polish on the swatch wheel, but this is so beautiful, you guys. I'm obsessed with this. This was 3 coats on the nail wheel and then a coat of top coat, and it just has this very beautiful like shine and shimmer. I feel like the color is so flattering, and I feel like this really does say like amethyst. You know, this is a perfect shade of shimmery, gorgeous, royal, beautiful purple. Then I have one more Zoya to share with you guys. I feel like Zoya is doing some different interesting things. I know it's not as exciting as indies, which is what everybody says, like, oh, my indies, my indies, my indies, which I understand. Indies, just, you know, once you discover the world of indies, I feel that mainstreams just have a really hard time comparing for a lot of people. So I get it. But they've been releasing some colors of the month. They've been releasing some different finishes, and I feel like for a company that mostly does creams, like that's very exciting. And so this is Zoya and Wilson. And so these are supposed to be named after girls' names, right? That's what I understand anyway about Zoya. If you had a girl, would you name her Wilson? Because I would not. And it reminds me of Castaway with his poor volleyball, Wilson. Every time I hear that name, like that is what I think of. So anyway, this is a gorgeous, very deep purple with tons of holographic glitter. And you guys, this is so pretty. I do feel like this will have maybe a difficult formula. It felt kind of chunky on application and it was 2 coats on the nail wheel. But I do feel like it wants to just dry a tiny bit textured, and all of the glitter in it, I feel like could get a little bit thick if you don't give everything enough time to dry possibly. I don't know. I just feel like this could be a little bit of a hassle to apply, but it is very, very, very beautiful. Extreme beauty on that one. Then this polish I wore in the summer, I believe in July or August, sometime after I had my appendix taken out. My nails were looking really extra fab around that time. Like they weren't breaking, they were growing very well. I had a beautiful shape on them. They were living their best life. They are not now. I broke this nail all the way down to the little tiny nubs, you guys. Oh my gosh. So this whole hand is nubbin. There's literally like no free edge on my nails. But on this hand, I haven't had a break. These nails keep getting a bunch of peelies and breaks on this side. I feel like this Cindy hand is Cindying big time. But this hand that I take pictures of has been just kind of doing okay. So I left these a little bit longer because I feel like when my nails are really, really short, sometimes I don't want to paint them. I don't like the way my pictures turn out. I feel like they make my hands look just really little, short, and stubby. It's a dumb thing to be self-conscious about, but I am self-conscious about it. And so I left a little bit of extra length on this, and I'm going to be that person with the 2 different length nails in hopes that these maybe catch up fairly quickly and it's not like a permanent solution to a long-term problem. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Anyway, back to the present. So I was wearing this Color Club Eternal Beauty, you guys, and it was so beautiful. I feel like in regular lighting it was okay, right? You know how holographics are, but in the sun this one was just like really giving. It slapped as the kids would say. And it was just really like hitting the spot for me. I was in the mood to wear some stuff I hadn't worn, and I was ready for fall, but I wasn't totally ready to give up summer, and I felt like this just fit perfectly. Great formula on this, you guys. 2 coats to get opaque. Color Club makes some of the most amazing holographics in my opinion. You can get them at Walmart, which is amazing. And I just feel like if we had not been tainted by indies, this would be like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it was when it came out. It was. So this is a bit on the lighter side for Amethyst, but I feel like Amethyst does have a very good range, you know, going from deep to light. I have a few Amethyst rings that I really enjoy, and they do sort of vary in tone. But you guys, this is so beautiful. I will post my swatch in my video of this just so that you can see it in the sun, and that might be the only swatch picture I have of this video. I was debating swatching some of these polishes for you guys, and the thought of it was really just like, I was not having it. The thought of sitting down and putting on a polish and taking it off and putting on a polish and taking it off just really did not appeal to me at all. And how I used to do this all the time, constantly, and enjoy it, I don't really know, because it has not appealed to me for a minute, honestly. So people change, I guess. Next up, I have OPI from the Wicked collection, and this is in Head Shizstress, and it's like a deeper purple with some really beautiful gold shimmer. I picked this up at Ulta while I was Christmas shopping for other people, but they did have an Ulta sale, and I picked up a couple things from the Wicked collection. This was one of them, and now that I was pulling for the Amethyst, this kind of came to mind, so I decided to pull it. And I'm a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the shimmer is really kind of sucked up into the deeper base, and I don't feel you really see it. I wish that the base maybe would have been a little less opaque so that the shimmer could come through a little bit more. It is a gorgeous shade of purple though, and I would definitely see myself wearing it. I used to have, or I do still have, a shade called Queen Bee from China Glaze that is very similar to this that I loved. And I remember when I first started collecting polishes, that was one of my first polishes that I had, and I wore that thing and I loved it. And if you guys remember that polish, this is very similar, but I think that the bottle is very deceiving as opposed to what you're gonna get on the nail. People wonder why I have trust issues. This is why. This is why I have trust issues, people. This right here. Not any other reason. Then next up, I have an older polish to share with you guys. This is Nicole from OPI, and this is going to be back in my Gloria days. I really miss this brand, you guys. I felt like they had some really fun things. They made some interesting polishes. They had some fun collections. I know a lot of people hated on the bottle shape. I don't hate this bottle shape. I really, really don't. I found it interesting. But this is such a gorgeous, like very, sort of like magenta-y purple with some beautiful shimmer. Again, the shimmer does sort of get lost in the shuffle here a tiny bit, but I feel like at least this polish has a glow. Like this is pretty much just a cream with like a I want to say like a sprinkling of shimmer, but it's not even a sprinkle. It's like a sprink. Not a full sprinkle. It's just a sprink. This has at least a glow. I love this type of purple, you guys. I used to really wear China Glaze Let's Talk a lot around Halloween, which is sort of similar to this, to be like a glowy purple. I feel like that's a little bit more blue leaning, whereas this is more magenta. Maybe that's where this type of purple fits into my life. Halloween. Possibly. I don't know. Anyway, here it is. It's so beautiful, you guys. So glowy. This is definitely something I wish I had it on my fall rack, and it was something I kind of wished, now that I'm seeing it, that I had pulled out and worn, because at this moment in time, like, this is just something that is not appealing to my mood. I'm not in the mood for that. So, sorry, in my Gloria days. You guys, I'm growing out my hair, and oh my god, it's literally driving me crazy. It's like at this really weird length where, like, it's not a bob and it's not long, and it's just, I have a haircut on Saturday, thank God. I was supposed to have it for Super Bowl Sunday, and I forgot I was having a party. But like this little part right here is just weird. I don't know if it just has to be like that, or she's gonna have some sort of solution for that, but it's literally driving me insane. Then she cut me some like bangs last time, like curtainy bangs. They're very grown out, and I don't know. I need to dye my roots. Look at that. Oh gosh, Jesus. I'm so glad it's coming up, but I'm just like, I don't know what her plan is. I'm trying to grow my hair out. I feel like it's falling out less, which is amazing. But I feel like I've lost so much hair. This is like my third major hair loss event in 4 years, and I've been losing a lot of hair for almost a year. And I'm hoping now that I decided to try and grow it back out that I'm gonna notice that it's fuller, but I think it really honestly could take like maybe a whole year for me to notice like any change in thickness, because so much fell out. I don't know, but anyway, you guys, this is literally driving me insane. Oh my god. Next up, I'm gonna start with my indies. So this is Dreamland in Ches This Out from PPU April 2022. Okay, so this is Dreamland lacquer in Check This Out from PPU April 2022. So this was some of the stuff that was on my floor. And when I pulled it out of the package, I remembered ordering it. I remember wanting it. Swatches came to mind. And then when I was swatching it for this, I don't know what I thought about it, to be honest with you guys. So it's like a lighter purple base. It has some like bluish shimmer, and then it has some reflective glitter. I felt like it didn't build up as I was expecting. It looks really pretty here, honestly, but this is 3 coats, and I think on a regular nail, you're going to still have some visible nail line at 3 coats. So I thought this was pretty, but I don't know. I'm going to have to try it. I think this would be perfect for spring though, because it is a little bit more like light and airy than some of these other picks. So maybe you will see this on a spring rack from me soon. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think about that one? Then I was going through my KBShimmers because I know she does like a ton of purples. Like in all of her collections, there's always at least like one shimmery purple, in my opinion, or at least from when I was swatching for her. And so this is KBShimmer in Simply Iris-istable. I believe this is from a spring collection. I don't remember the year. This looks really different on camera than it is looking for me in person. It's like a purple with some... I don't think it has reflective glitter. It has holographic. It has a lot of like different shades of shimmer in it. And I also feel like on the nail wheel, it's giving like, it's very much a chameleon, this polish. It's like in different lighting, it's doing different things, and it's really pretty. This was 2 coats. And again, I just feel like this could fit into the amethyst vibes. It has the purple, it has shimmer, it has glimmer and glow, which you would get in a gemstone. And it's just really, really beautiful. I feel like KBShimmer, you guys, does so many amazing polishes. I feel like her price point is really, really good. And I feel like she's just very reliable brand. Like most of the polishes have amazing formulas. There's very few misses. I feel like she's very consistent formula-wise. She hasn't gone up to like super outrageous prices like some of the other indie brands have. And I don't know, I just really enjoy her polishes. I don't wear them enough, to be honest with you, but this one just really caught my attention when I was going through my drawers. So then, oh, you guys, this is, I'm going way back. I'm taking it old school. So this is KBShimmer in Amethyst. So you guys can see here the packaging is different. This is like her old school packaging. And she put out a whole gemstone collection. It's been years. I wouldn't even know what year this was released. But this is one of the first indie collections that I bought the whole collection. Like as soon as I saw the swatches, I knew I had to have these polishes, and I bought them all. And I had no regrets, and I still don't. This had a very specific like flake in it, and she did a lot of polishes in this flake. I can't remember what it's called right now, but a lot of brands were doing the polishes with this like gold flake in them, and you could get them as toppers. You could get them to get a pick on their own. There was like gold, there was rose gold, there was a ton of different colors. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I wish I could think of the name, and I just really truly can't. But all of the gemstone collections had that element in them, and then they just had the different base colors based on the gemstone. And so this was the amethyst, and I was honestly surprised that it was so dark. I swear I remembered it being like a lighter purple. When I purchased the collection, I was going through my drawers looking for these, and I pulled a couple of them, and then when I pulled this one, I was kind of like, not what I remembered. But when I pulled this, I also pulled the garnet, and the garnet was way, way deeper of a red, but I just felt like this was way more red leaning than I remembered. But anyway, this collection, you guys, had me in a chokehold. It had me shook. And I remember making that purchase like, oh my gosh, I'm really gonna buy 12 polishes at one time. Who am I? And now if I did that again, like I would feel bad because I'm on a no buy, but I probably wouldn't bat an eye, honestly, like in my high times of buying, you know, after as time has gone on. I probably wouldn't have batted an eye at that. But at this moment in time, I was like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Who are you? What's your problem? What's wrong with you? But once they all came in, they were so gorgeous and so beautiful. And this is a collection that I haven't even worn them all because I just haven't, because that's just the way my life works. There's things I'm dying to have, And then I just never get around to, because I'm crazy. I actually, when I first started making my YouTube videos years ago, those were the first videos I did. So I think they were titled like polishes I was dying to have and never wore, and I went by brand, or polishes I hunted down and never wore. And I did like a simple colors. I think I did a China glaze, and I might have done one more. But it was like I had these polishes, like I was literally stocking these polishes. Like these polishes should have gotten a restraining order against me, because I was looking for them everywhere. And then I never put them on my nails. And probably some of them never to this day have been on my nails. And they're still in this room. So that was very similar to this. Like I had to have this whole collection. I was dead set. And then I think I've worn maybe half. I'm going to guess. I've worn half. I know I wore the garnet one because I thought it was really beautiful. I wore the pink tourmaline because that's my other gemstone. So I think I wore one of the greens. I don't know. I've worn a few. There's like a diamond one that was very sparkly. I think I wore that. But yeah. Some things never change. Obviously. I remember like dying to have this for polish pickup. Never worn it. 3 years later, I'm still here untried. So anyway, let me know when you guys feel like purple fits into your life. Like, where do you make space for purple? I know like my polish friends that I talk to often, like Catalina, Ebony, they are big purple people. Like purple is their favorite color. So I feel like when something's your favorite color, like you just make space for it. Like pink. I could wear pink all year round if I really wanted to. And I don't think I would be tired of it. Purple's not my favorite color, so trying to figure out like where it fits or how it goes or whatever is hard for me. So let me know, when do you wear purple in your life? And what do you think of my amethyst picks, you guys? I thought that this was some really pretty stuff, and it does really make me want to venture out into some purple polish. Let me know your thoughts on what I picked. Do you have any of these polishes? Have you worn them? Do you love them? What type of amethyst colors have you worn for the month, if you've worn any? Let's talk about it all in the comments down below. And you guys, the next Topic Tuesday, I am so excited for. I'm not going to say the name of what it is in case you guys haven't looked it up, but I have some really, really big ideas, and I hope I have time to like bring them into fruition because I'm excited. But I met with my Mayo Clinic doctor, and so she was amazing. She was amazing. She was so caring, so thoughtful. She talked to me on a telehealth call for like an hour. She listened to all of my issues, my concerns. She was even like, let's pause for a minute to make sure you're like telling me everything you want to tell me. You're not forgetting anything, which I thought was amazing. And so in the next few weeks, I will be going... Oh, you guys, this hair. In the next few weeks, I will be going to Arizona to get a special, not MRI, a special ultrasound done. I guess this is technology that is only available at Mayo Clinic. It's not technology that's available in New Mexico. And there's one specific doctor at Mayo Clinic that does these ultrasounds. So I will be going to Arizona for a few days to do that, and also have a physical exam with the doctor. And then she suggested I keep my colonoscopy endoscopy to see what that shows. But she kind of wondered if possibly like where they took my bowel apart and re-put it. So they cut a section out of my bowel and they put it back together. She's kind of wondering if the section where they put everything back together may have like some scar tissue or some sort of like compression. She says that does happen sometimes after surgery. And if that is what's going on, I guess that requires a surgery to repair. But she said she would rather have something like that as opposed to a regrowth of endometriosis. They reread my MRI that I had done here in New Mexico. They said the images were not amazing, but they did say that it didn't appear that I have a recurrence of the deep infiltrating endometriosis. I'm taking that with a grain of salt, because when I had my first surgery, which was my hysterectomy, I had that for other reasons, and I was not even aware I had endometriosis at the time. And I had had tons of imaging done before that surgery. I had had ultrasounds, I had had a CT scan, and I think I had had an MRI before that surgery happened. And my endometriosis was not seen in any of those scans. And when they did my surgery, they were like, it's everywhere. A lot of my organs were fused to each other, fused to my abdomen. There was a lot going on, and none of it was seen. So like I say, I will take that with a grain of salt. I feel like before my second surgery, there was a lot of stuff going on in the MRI that they assumed to be endometriosis just based on my history. So I'm kind of thinking maybe it's maybe not as bad, possibly, but I'm not going to rule out that it's there right now to myself. But I am very hopeful after talking to her. I just felt like she, again, was very sweet, very validating. And she also recommended I get this app called Curable, because I kind of mentioned to her that I felt when I had my appendix removed that I feel like I've gone downhill since then, pain wise, strength wise, symptom wise. And she mentioned to me that when you have chronic pain changes your brain. This is your brain on chronic pain. But basically what she was saying is that, like, the way that the brain interprets pain in people who have chronic pain is not the same as the way that the brain interprets pain for people who do not have chronic pain, which was interesting, and it does make sense. And she did say that sometimes, like, an event can happen and your brain can kind of go a little bit haywire, and she's kind of wondering if that could be some of what's going on right now. And I think that makes sense, because as I told you guys, I do have anxiety as well, and that started after the death of my cousin. And I feel like that was the triggering event that, like, kind of made my brain go haywire for a little bit. So I could see how if it could do that for, like, your nerves, why couldn't it do that for your pain? So this Curable app, I downloaded it, and you do have to pay for it. But there's, like, exercises. It explains, like, how your body interprets pain, and it's supposed to help you kind of train your brain, I guess, to interpret pain either better or less, or something along those lines. And I thought that was interesting, and it's something that I'm definitely going to be trying and looking into for sure, because I'm like, if this is something that I can do that is, like, non-invasive and is helpful, like, there's really no losing in that. So I've done a couple meditations off the app, which have helped me get some good sleep for a couple nights. I've been doing, like, the knowledge stuff, just kind of listening to what they say about brain and pain and studies and all of that stuff. There's, like, writing exercises that I haven't had a chance to get into, but she also recommended CBT therapy as possibly helpful, which I've done in the past for my anxiety. So she mentioned that Mayo Clinic has, like, a pain clinic program type thing. It's a 6-week program where they specifically help people who have chronic pain manage their pain differently, like, manage the mental aspect of their pain. And I obviously can't commit to going to Arizona for 6 weeks for that. So this is the next best thing, apparently, according to her. So I'm excited about that too. I feel like it's just something different, a different approach. And I liked that she, offered that information up to me for a different approach. But she also was very reassuring that, like, I believe you're in pain, and I don't think it's all in your head. And I'm not trying to say that, I think that if you do all these things, like, you're not going to be in pain anymore. It's just something, like a tool, right? Like a tool in the toolbox to help you manage. Because, my endometriosis has no cure, and it's basically management, symptom management. And some of the stuff to manage symptoms is very invasive surgeries, and so it's just something different to try to see if it has any effect. So she wants me to try it and do the exercises and then let her know if I found it helpful or not helpful. So I've been dabbling in it, but I do need to get a little bit more serious about it. So overall, I think things went well. I'm a nervous wreck for this specialized what did I just tell you? It was, again, not an MRI, but a ultrasound. I'm very, very nervous because I have to do a bowel prep for it, which bowel preps aren't fun, you guys. If you've done your colonoscopies or anything like that, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's not fun. And so I'm nervous. I'm nervous what they're going to tell me. I'm nervous. Like, I think after you just have so many procedures and so many tests and stuff, like, it just gets to be very overwhelming after a while. Or for me, it is. I feel like I don't have the nervous system to deal with all these issues sometimes because I am like a person that sort of leans anxious. And I think it's funny when people are like, well, you can't just always think of the worst case scenario and you can't always go negative. And like, I'm like, if you have lived my life for the last 4 years, I feel like you would be the same, you know. After so many events that's like gone on with my health and just all these other things, it's hard not to go there. It's hard not to have these thoughts. And so anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little update because I've been talking to you guys so much about everything. So hopefully I'll have time to do what I want to do, and if not, maybe when I get back I'll film the video because I'm really excited about what I have going on up here. I hope you guys are too. So anyway, if you like this video, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video. I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.